Hi everyone. Today we are going to see about the chlorides in concrete. So we can refer IS 456 2000 Reaffirm 2021. Before we are entering into the topic, we need to know the durability of concrete. A durable concrete is one that performs satisfactorily in a working environment during its anticipated exposure conditions during service. One of the main characteristics influencing the durability of concrete is chlorides in concrete. In IS 456 8.2.5.2 chlorides in concrete. Whenever there is chloride in concrete, there is an increased risk of corrosion of embedded metal. So higher the chloride content, it would affect the reinforcement. The higher the chloride content, or if subsequently exposed to warm moist conditions, the greater the risk of corrosion. The corrosion will be more if the chloride content is higher and the member exposed to warm moist conditions. All constituent may be contain chloride and concrete may be contaminated by chloride from the external environment. Every ingredient of the concrete having small amount of chlorides. So it would be react with the environment and cause the corrosion. To minimize the chances of deterioration of concrete from harmful chemical salts, the level of such harmful salts in concrete coming from the concrete materials, that is cement, aggregate, water and admixture, as well as by diffusion from the environment should be limited. We need to minimize the corrosion or deterioration of concrete. The material should be procured with the permissible limit of chloride ion content. The total number of chloride content in the concrete at the time of placing shall be given in table 7. So we can check the table 7. As per the table number 7, limits of chloride content of concrete. The first column is serial number, second column is type or use of concrete, third column is maximum total acid soluble chloride content expressed as kg per meter cube of concrete. The first type of concrete is concrete containing metal and steam cured and elevated temperature and pre-stressed concrete. Concrete used in the pre-stressed members, the maximum chloride content is 0.4 kg per meter cube. And second type of concrete is reinforced concrete or plain concrete containing embedded steel. This is most of the conventional structure. The maximum total acid soluble chloride content 0.6 kg per meter cube. And third concrete is the concrete not containing embedded steel or embedded metal or any material requiring protection from chloride. So like PCC, plain cement concrete. In plain cement concrete, the maximum total acid chloride content is 3 kg per meter cube. And the total acid soluble chloride content should be calculated from the mixed proportions and the measured chloride content of each constituent. Wherever possible, the total chloride content of the concrete should be determined. So we need to calculate the each and every material chloride content percentages and then do the mixed proportions. We can check the total chloride content test for the concrete. This is the explanation of chlorides in concrete. Now we can see the concrete ingredients chloride content limits and their tests. In construction water, we can refer IS 456 2000 table number 1 permissible limit of solids. In that, the chloride as mentioned 2000 mg per liter for concrete not containing embedded steel, 500 mg per liter for reinforced concrete work. And we can do the test as per the IS 3025 part 32. So this is the code book IS 3025 part 32. Methods of sampling and test physical and chemical for water and wastewater. The part 32 is exclusive for chloride content. Now we are going to see about the cement specification. Particularly ordinary Portland cement. The IS code reference is IS 2692015. As per the table number 2, chemical requirements of ordinary Portland cement, the chloride content percentage by mass, the maximum values are from OPC 33 to OPC 53S. The values are same. Chloride content is 0.1 percentage by mass of cement and 0.05 percentage by mass if the concrete is used in pre-stressed structures. Now we can see the PPC cement specification 2. The code reference is IS 41489 part 1 2015. In that, the table number 1, chemical requirement for Portland Pozzolano cement, stated that chloride content percentage by mass, maximum value is 0.01 percentage and 0.05 for pre-stressed structure. We can say that for OPC and PPC, the chloride content percentage is 0.1 percentage for normal concreting and 0.05 percentage for pre-stressed structure concretes. This is the permissible limit of chloride content in cement. So how we can check the chloride content? So we can refer IS 4032 1985 reaffirm 2019 method of chemical analysis of hydraulic cement. So we can refer the code book and get the chloride content in cement. Now we are moving on to the admixture. In admixture, we can refer IS 9103 1999 reaffirm 2018 code book, the concrete admixtures and the specifications. In that, the table number 2, uniformity tests and requirements. In fourth serial is chloride ion content within the 10% of the value or within 0.2 percentage, whichever is greater as stated by the manufacturer. So this is the major concern, and most of the manufacturer will be provide within 0.2 percentage of chloride content by mass of admixture. For example, I have taken one admixture, the Master Glinium Sky 8233. In their data sheet, they mention the chloride ion content is less than 0.2 percentage. So this admixture can be acceptable with respect to the 9103 code book requirement. So how we can determine the chloride content in admixture? So we can refer IS 6925 1973, the methods of tests for determination of water soluble chlorides in concrete admixtures. Earlier we saw the limits of chloride content of concrete in table number 7 IS 456. The values are 0.6 kg per meter cube. How we can determine? So the IS code book is there. So IS 14959 part 1 2001. Determination of water soluble and acid soluble chlorides in mortar and concrete. Part 1 is stated fresh mortar and concrete. So we can check the chloride content in fresh mortar and concrete with help of IS 14959 part 1. If the concrete is hardened, we can use the code book of IS 14959 part 2. So the determination of water soluble and acid soluble chlorides in mortar and concrete. Part 2 is for hardened mortar and concrete. So we can check the chloride content of the hardened concrete by using IS 14959 part 2. Here we heard about RCPT test. RCPT means rapid chloride permeability test. So we can refer ASTM C120212. The table X1.1 chloride ion penetrability based on charge passed. If the charge passed greater than 4000, the possibility of chloride ion penetrability will be high. If the charge passed 2000 from the 4000 coulombs, the chloride ion penetrability will be moderate. If the charge passed 1000 to 2000 coulombs, the chloride ion penetrability will be low. And if the charge passed 100 to 1000 coulombs, the chloride ion penetrability will be very low. If the charge passed less than 100 coulombs, the chloride ion penetrability will be negligible. So this is the major conditions. This is the major condition of the chloride ion penetrability. Most of the customers want 1000 to 2000 coulombs charge passed because the chances of chloride ion penetrability will be low. In addition to that, I want to show some test kit for chloride content. In this test kit, we can determine the chloride content of the water. We can determine the chloride content within 15 to 20 minutes. We can check the test kit results with third party test result of water. This is the simplest and quickest test kit for the chloride content determination. So in this video, we have seen all the ingredients, chloride content permissible limits and their test methods with respect to the IS and ASTM code books. It will be helpful for to design the better durability of concrete. I think these are all the information is useful for your learnings. Thank you.